Oh, hey Ellen, Luke isn't in this week, so I said I'd sit in for him.
Oh my goodness, Luke. Look, I know you like wearing that mic mask, but this is getting ridiculous.
No, it really is me this time.
Yeah, sure, Luke.
No, really?
Oh, I bet you're going to say, I like cars next.
I do.
Look, I'm going to go, and if you're not back to normal by the time I get back here, we're cancelling show the weekend.
But I do like cars.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
No, honestly, this thing ain't coming off.
No.
Fully attached.
Oh, no.
You're stuck with me, sorry.
That's all right. You've got Mike, everyone.
Cars!
And, well...
That's my catchphrase. There was a little action figure of me, you'd press a button on the back and it'd go,
Cars!
And the arms would go like this. So, what have you been playing this week?
Well, I've been playing a game where you seek treasures in lands untold.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's called Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
I was going to go for Tomb Raider, but actually we've already heard what you think about Tomb Raider. Okay, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker then. This is an old game, right? This was out on the Wii U.
Yeah, which no one owned except you.
I've got a Wii U. There were some good games in there.
There
You
were.
wait until they release the Wii U Classic and it's that big and everyone will be like, oh yeah, it was a brilliant console. Just have to wait till like 2025 or something for that to happen. I don't know why I checked my wrist, I do not have a watch on. But yes, anyway, this game is good, right?
It's good, it's out on Switch. I've got some travelling coming up.
Would that be to Australia?
To PAX Australia.
Yes.
And there's a lot of flying involved. So I've been
Yes.
looking at some Switch games and one of them was Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Cool.
It's adorable. It's
Toad.
really cute.
Toad.
But yeah, it's this adorable kind of puzzle platformer. From what I know of Pez, it looks like Pez.
Pro Evolution Soccer.
No, what am I saying?
That would be a dramatic departure.
No, the one with Fez.
Fez.
That's what I mean. Don't redo that.
No, don't redo it. I love it. I love the idea of Toad playing football. Yes, it looks very much like Fez.
In terms of, you've got a 3D environment
Yes.
that you scooch around. You've got to collect diamonds, and you've got to get to the star at the end. Also, you can move the environment
Right,
as
but
well.
is it tilt like on the Wii U one?
Well, yeah, on one part, like, there's things that you can press on buttons and a little thing comes up. It's always in sci-fi, they get to a door and they have to pull the big wheel.
Yeah.
It's slightly different if you're playing it handheld to on your TV. But on your TV, you're holding your controller and you're like,
Right.
okay, this is rotating it. Hope no one's watching me now.
Yeah. When you're on your plane, if you're sitting in the middle seat, you're going to be like elbowing people in the face, like all this stuff.
I'll be interested to see how that works. handheld. There's a little kind of cursor on the screen, little circle, and you can use it to like poke enemies and stop them from getting in the way. You can like poke a bullet bill and stop it from flying.
Okay,
And
if only I'd known that was the way to stop a bullet bill. Just poke in the back.
you can also use the little pokey thing to press onto like a whole platform if it's like this special glowy neon type platform and it moves up or down. Because you're playing as Toad, there's no way that you can jump.
Right.
Because apparently he can't jump. So,
Does he even have legs? I can't even remember.
yeah, he's got little feet.
Right, little
And
feet.
he's got a little backpack, a little helmet, he's got a little light on,
Nice.
which he has the light on all the time, even when it's
Wasteful.
daytime. Like, there's a library section in the dark, and you understand why he has the torch on, but the other times it's like,
What about climate change, Toad?
Exactly,
you
Toad.
monster. You're a mushroom. You're going to be the first to go when the world
no,
floods.
he wants everyone
As soon as the
else
water
to,
gets
so
up
he
to
can
this
go-
level, Toad's drowning.
Well, I was thinking he'd want everyone else to die first, because then fungi grows on everything else.
Oh god, yeah, on the rotting corpses
Yeah.
of the dead humanity. Toad, you horror show.
But yes, you have to use like all these kind of moving puzzle, platform mechanics, finding different routes to get all the hidden diamonds. There's also like find the golden mushroom, or you kill all the enemies. You get like, it's a bonus objective, basically.
Yeah.
And then when you've finished a level, you can go back and find a 2D sprite version of Toad. So literally the whole point of the level is you walk around until you see this little 2D image and then you go, boop, that one, yay, I won it. So there's a lot of replayability there.
Ton of levels as well, isn't there? There's like
a
100 levels.
lot
or
of levels. Like I've only been through the very beginning bit and it's ridiculous. And also at the end of kind of every section, there's like this weird big kind of boss level.
Right.
So there was a bit where I was playing, you're in like a volcano-y type thing and there's a dragon in the middle that's blowing purple smoke at you and you have to like hide behind strategically placed walls.
Sounds like a metal album cover or something.
It reminded me of the Scarecrow sections in Batman.
yeah, okay, when he's got his horror vision.
Yeah. And I'm just like, So, yeah, that was fun.
And then Toad discovers his dead parents in a couple of body bags, just like Batman.
Oh my god.
That does not happen.
No, it doesn't. So that adds like a slightly different element in that you have to like time it because then also the lava's coming up. And there's also another timed kind of mission where you're in a minecart, and it took me a couple of goes to get it right because one of the things that I thought, hey, this would be great for motion controls is when you're in the minecart, you have to throw the little turnips at things.
Sure.
But instead of allowing you to be like
Right.
and use your motion controls, which I think would be perfect, you have to use the sticks, which is
Right.
fine, but the camera control is usually on the right stick, but in this case, you can use the right or left stick. So my first go was just like a total, I was like, I was disaster, because I was trying to move the stick and shoot with the same hand.
Right.
Whereas the second time around, I was like, yeah, I got this.
I mean, it is ported from the Wii U, isn't it? You know, there's only so much work they're going to put into this. Is it full price?
You can get it for like 30 quid, so
Okay.
it's not like the full...
The full shebang.
Like you can't ever get this reduced ever.
that Nintendo, that Nintendo feel. Yeah, that's cool. At least it's sort of probably about what you'd still pay for the Wii U version of that game. It being a Nintendo first-party title, so well, that's cool. That sounds like it will keep you busy.
Yeah, it will. It's adorable. You know, Toad is just like the funniest little character. He's like, rah! Just makes little noises all the time.
Like you. Funny little character who makes noises. You're the Toad of Outside Xtra. I'm sorry. Again with the height thing. It's such a cheap shot. That was a very cute Toad noise.
There are enemies. There are shy guys and like owl things that dive bomb them, but you can poke them. And so yeah, there is a little bit of dexterity check. Roll a 20 to get the turnips to line up and throw. Like I missed a couple and but whatever.
That probably was fine.
And then also when you do get hit by an enemy, you just go even smaller. So like Toad changes size depending on whether he eats a mushroom or not.
So he goes from like portobello mushroom down to like regular mushroom
To button
to
mushroom.
button mushroom. Brilliant.
If he eats one of his own kind. Because he's a toadstool,
Yeah.
isn't he? He's a mushroom.
Cannibalistic.
So if he eats a mushroom, he gets bigger. And if he gets hit
gosh.
by an enemy, he gets
You're
smaller.
playing this whole thing wide open.
But yeah, it's really cute, and it's also really funny when you've been made small and then you pick up the star and the difference between the two sizes.
Crushed
It's like,
beneath the weight.
yay! But it is very good. I highly recommend it if you like puzzly games like that. And Toad is adorable. It's great. It's great. But Mike, another game that's out on Switch this week.
Okay.
It's a game that I believe that you quite like, maybe?
I don't think I've ever mentioned my love of Dark Souls on this channel and the other channel, and also just to bored family members over family dinner. But yes, I'm going to quiz you on it. Yes, so Dark Souls has arrived on the Switch. I think it's pretty much the perfect place for it because it's such a huge, sprawling kind of RPG. Playing it portably would be great. It will definitely keep you busy on your flight if you manage to get hold of it. And it's just one of the best games in the world.
Yeah.
But I have a quiz for you which has nothing to do with whether it's a good game or not.
Oh.
It is Dark Souls boss or metal band.
Oh!
Right. I have 15 names, and I need you to identify whether they are a Dark Souls boss or a metal band.
Oh.
Right, you ready for number one?
No.
Okay, we'll start then. Armored Saint. Is that a Dark Souls boss, or is it a metal band?
Dark Souls is a little bit more, like slightly weirder name. That's too
Okay.
kind of like,
Too conventional, you
yeah,
think?
too conventional, I think. And I think it's probably a metal band.
Ah, what you're saying then is that the metal band is quite basic.
No. I think like metal bands are more to do with like angels and demons.
Okay, like
Whereas
religious iconography.
Religious iconography,
Okay,
exactly.
cool. Well, I can tell you that you are absolutely correct.
Yes!
Armored Saint is an 80s metal band from Los Angeles, known for the track Can You Deliver with a U. Was they talking about the Wii U? No. Didn't deliver. That's why all the games are coming out on Switch. Next up, Dragon Rider.
Dragon Rider.
Is it a Dark Souls boss? Is it a metal band?
I think it's not weird. Yeah, again, it's not weird enough for Dark Souls.
Okay.
Dark Souls are always like quite quirky names. Gonna go for
Yeah,
metal.
metal band again.
Yeah.
I can tell you it's a Dark Souls 2
Oh!
boss. Bed of Chaos.
Bed of Chaos. I think that is a metal band. I think I've heard it. No, is it
Bed of Chaos.
Dark Souls boss?
Correct.
Yes!
Correct. But it's not a bed. It's more like a tree. So you're on 2 points.
Yes.
Okay. Next, Gozu.
Is that someone telling them to go to the zoo?
Go Zoo.
Go zoo. I think a metal band, possibly influenced by Japanese culture.
They are indeed a metal band. Riff heavy band known for their single They Probably Know Karate. So yes, influenced by Japan as well.
Yes! Boom!
Deacons of the Deep.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna go Dark Souls.
Interesting. You are correct.
Yes!
Next up, Ceaseless Discharge.
Oh, I think that is a Dark Souls. I think from overhearing you and Luke chatting about it.
Maybe I was just talking about a medical condition. I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe Luke was just a friendly ear to my ailments. No, it's a Dark Souls. He looks a bit like a medical condition. Nah, he's more like a sort of walking volcano with a really sad face. That's what Ceaseless Discharge looks like. 5 points. Battle Beast. Battle Beast.
That's a metal band, gotta be.
It is a metal band. A Finnish metal band formed in 2008 with, according to Andy, a throwback sound heard on tracks such as Straight to the Heart. I got resident music knower Andy to tell me about some of these bands.
Of course, Andy knows the metal bands, of course.
Okay, Dark Lurker.
Ooh. Could it be something, an enemy that lurks?
Right.
And it's
In the
dark.
dark, maybe?
Dark Souls.
So you're going for the nominative determinism approach to...
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Dark Souls.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It is an optional boss from Dark Souls 2. Unlocked by joining the Pilgrims of the Dark Covenant. You'll like this. It looks like a four-armed, two-winged, hooded angel. 7 points you're on, Ellen. Good work. How about Girugamesh? Girugamesh.
Ooh,
Is that a metal band? Is it a Dark Souls boss?
that's a tough one. Hello, we are Garugamesh.
Hello, Cleveland.
I think Dark Souls.
Really? What's your reasoning?
Because that would be a funny name to say at a concert.
Okay. They are, in fact, a Japanese metal band. I'm
That
sorry.
makes sense. I was thinking English. I
Yeah.
was being too Western focused there.
Interestingly, their name is derived from a Final Fantasy boss called Gilgamesh. And they have a single called Limit Break.
No.
So there you go. There is a video game reference.
That's excellent, though.
Lamb of God. Lamb of God. Dark Souls boss. Metal band. Metal band. Dark Souls
I think
boss.
that's a metal band.
Okay. Final answer?
Yeah.
They are an American heavy metal band from Richmond, Virginia. I think they're quite famous, actually, but I thought I'd chuck this one in anyway. Next up, Blind Guardian.
Dark Souls. It's gotta be.
It is not Dark Souls!
No!
They are a German power metal band He recorded a song called Scolds and Shadows for the Uwe Boll movie In the Name of the King, A Dungeon Siege Tale, which starred Jason Statham, Ray Liotta and Burt Reynolds, if you can imagine such a thing.
Amazing.
Burt Reynolds plays the king. It's brilliant. I mean, it's terrible, but it's like brilliantly terrible. Abyss Watchers.
Abyss Watchers.
Dark Souls boss.
Dark.
Metal band.
Oh, well, it's plural.
Yes.
And usually a Dark Souls boss is one, apart from...
Ornstein and Smaug.
Yeah. So I think they're a metal band.
They're a Dark Souls 3 boss. Sorry. Located in Farron's Keep. Next. Royal Rat Authority.
That's got to be a metal band.
It's not. It's an optional boss in Dark Souls 2. And is
Royal Rat Authority.
Royal Rat
I would have thought that
Authority.
was like a comedy metal band.
Yeah, or just some sort of bureaucratic kind of institution run by Royal Rat. The Royal Rat Authority is located at the Ordeal's End bonfire. Necromandus.
Right.
Dark Souls boss or metal band?
Metal. I'm gonna go for metal band.
You are correct.
Yes.
An English metal band from Cumberland who recorded one album in 1973 and then split up. The album wasn't released until 1999.
Whoa.
You're on 9 points. Final question. To get a 10 out of 15.
That would be quite good.
Ethel the Frog.
It's got to be a Dark Souls.
It's not, it's a metal band, I'm sorry. They are a metal band who released a heavy metal cover of Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles and are named after a Monty Python sketch about the Piranha Brothers.
Yeah.
9 out of 15, better than halfway.
Yeah, I wanted to get 10.
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for that. That
all right.
was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
But now we're going to go and see what you guys said in the comments. Last week, Life is Strange superfans Luke and Jane sat on the purple sofa to discuss the first episode of new adventure, Life is Strange 2.
The moment where you're offered the chance to hug your dad, the bit before that is
I
a
remember it
question.
well.
Yes.
Shortly after, I hugged my dad.
So it's preceded by the question where he's like, oh, so you need some money for this Halloween party, do you? Now tell me.
Are you
going to
spend it on drugs?
Are you going to spend it on beer and drugs? Now, I said no, which I maintain is technically not lying because I already had beer and drugs.
Many of you were excited to hear what they had to say, such as Morgan Newitt, who said, I was actually just thinking that I hadn't heard your thoughts about this game yet, and then this came out.
In fact, many of you have extremely high regards for Luke and Jane's opinions on Life is Strange, especially Benevolent Waffle, who said, I refused to watch any other channel's discussion about this episode before yours came out.
Oh no, don't let Jane see that, we'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, what's that? People are enjoying our Life is Strange 2 videos. That's good.
Done.
Oh, cool.
Elsewhere,
Glad to hear.
Jane joined Ellen and Luke as they looked at some of your suggestions for tough first bosses in games.
It's easy to see why Burial should be promoted to a more senior boss position, especially when you consider that the actual final boss of the game is a floating priest infused with demonic powers. Which, okay, is pretty cool, but you call these horns? These are horns.
There were even more suggestions in the comments, but by far the most terrifying was this one from Corey Nadam, who said, toughest first boss to get past on all games? Update required.
Oh god, oh no, jeez. Oh, I just want to play the game, man. Come on.
Finally, last week's show of the weekend got very musical, thanks to rhythm action game Beat Saber.
So that's how you can expect. That's how good you can expect to look. But in your head, you're like Kylo Ren at the disco, you know, like.
That's the Star Wars Panic at the Disco tribute act.
It should be Padawan at the disco.
Many of you were keen on that new tribute band, including Christopher Needham, who said, Padawan at the Disco, with such hits as I Write Sins Not Tragedies, Of Darth Plagueis the Wise, The Ballad of Mon Calamari, and Emperor's New Robes. Excellent stuff. Don't forget as well, Trade BB-8s, Vegas Lightsabers, and Hey Yoda, I Made It. Do-do-do.
Yes, it wasn't the only musical moment in the show, as Andy enforced his strict singing policy.
Gotta rescue the Astrobot or help Astrobot rescue someone else. I'm not clear on the setup.
What have I told you all about singing in here?
Oh no!
Yeah, that's right, I'm always listening.
Oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble for singing. We weren't singing.
You can sing the song I told you, the Andy is Great song. Remember that one?
Andy is great. Andy is great. He makes everyone else look like trash.
Divine Death had some thoughts on the tone of the music. The Andy is Great song sounds like mourning. I guess mourning for those that aren't as great as he is.
Yeah, well, he's not that great.
He's got the whole studio bugged so he can hear when... Hi, Andy.
Hey, hi, heard you were talking about me over here, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I think it's time to hear the second verse, isn't it?
Oh, man.
That's right.
Andy is great. Andy is great. He's the best in OX. Yes, he is.
Nice.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't really even rhyme. It's not that brilliant.
What?
Oh, come on, don't leave me here.
Man, good thing I'm great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andy's gone, and we're back in Art Corner.
Yes.
Now, Mike, seeing as you are our special guest on the show this week, thought we'd go a little bit Mike-centric
Okay.
on the art stuff.
Go on.
Because it's also been
I'm
very
all ears.
difficult to choose art this week because it's Inktober.
Right,
Where a load
everyone's
of artists
drawing.
are drawing
Yeah.
every day in October, so it's been like we're getting so much cool stuff. Thank you so much. We're focusing first on Egbert
Yes.
and a certain thing that he did in our most recent adventure.
Yes,
Would
should
you
we see
like
a
to
clip?
say what it is?
Yeah. I surfed my shield! Yeah! I put a bomb underneath it and surfed it around.
First up is Caitlin RC.
That's
and
excellent.
I just love the fact that it says cool boy.
Yeah! Definitely need to write cool boy on my shield. That's canon now.
I love his whole expression.
I look so
He's
pleased
just
with
like,
myself.
yeah.
I also like the detail on the kind of like the armour, the sort of scales in the armour. Very
really cool. Infinity and beyond.
Yes. Yes, way beyond. Way beyond where I intended to land, probably.
Next up is this excellent one from Patrick Long.
Oh man, I love the
Fantastic.
line work. Is amazing. Yeah, very
Beautiful.
cool. That is pretty much how I envisioned it in my head. I love the fact that Corazon is hiding. It's like traditional cowardice there,
Yeah.
and also that Dob is just like playing away on his like
Yeah.
lute, like he has no idea. Either he's no idea what's going on, or he's doing a wicked guitar solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that's awesome. So good.
I love Prue just like chilling. Just
Yeah.
like, whatever.
And Merylwyn
And
just
just
on the
being
wall,
a cat,
being
like-
a cat.
Next up, Ivan Brunner has brought us this colourful number.
Amazing. I love the colours on this. They're so
So
good.
good.
And also the stance. I'm like pointing where I go. That's some proper shield surfing right there. It's just awesome.
So good. Yeah, I absolutely love the
The
colour.
way the colours of the explosion kind of fade in,
Yeah.
and it's like kind of almost sunsetty sort of colours.
He just looks so happy.
I can officially reveal that he was very happy with how that entire thing went. Because I guess if it had gone wrong, he'd have been just bits of arms and legs everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So next up is from Prajwal with the best Twitter handle, Cthulhunator.
nice.
And
Wow.
he's got this excellent one.
That's excellent,
I
yeah.
like the eyeing at the camera.
Yeah, he's like properly like just like pointing at the invisible camera almost like, hey, yeah, I know what's up. I know I'm cool. Yeah, it's very cool stance. Love the expression and the kind of greenish shield as well. It's pretty neat. So
It's excellent. There's so many excellent things been sent off.
yeah, thank you so much.
This way.
They all made my day because,
So good.
like I said, I had an idea in my head of what it looked like, and these are all exactly the sort of thing I was thinking of. So,
So
thanks.
good. You made Mike very happy. So, we're at the end of Show of the Weekend. Thank you for joining us, Mike.
That's all right. It was my pleasure.
It's been my pleasure as well. And also, just to let you guys know, there will be no Show of the Weekend next week
Yep.
because Luke and I are at PAX.
In Australia, fighting
Yeah.
off deadly animals, left, right, and centre, shoveling Vegemite down their mouths. All the other Australian cliches,
Yeah.
they're all going to happen.
Yep. And if you are going to be at PAX, hopefully we will see you there. The movie night.
Pretty exciting. Do we have a result yet?
It's Super Mario Brothers, I
Nice.
believe, Mario Brothers, and Tomb Raider, the Lara Croft
Angelina
original
Jolie one.
Angelina Jolie one.
Nice.
So I am quite excited.
That's quite the double bill.
yeah. So thank you to everyone that voted. Thanks to everyone who's. We'll hopefully see you there. But yeah, I think it's been An excellent time. I'm gonna go play Dark Souls.
You
on
totally
Switch,
should.
I
It
think.
will swallow up that plane journey a treat.
Yeah.
Let me know how far you get.
Yeah.
And next time, maybe you'll be quizzing me on Dark Souls bosses.
Yeah.
Because I still haven't finished it myself, and I've still
Right.
got Dark Souls 2 and 3 to finish.
Well, should we finish with a metal solo?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.